The silence in the hangar was suffocating after Claire Whitmore's laughter. All eyes shifted between her, immaculate CEO of Whitmore Aviation, and Noah Reed, the grease-stained mechanic who dared to suggest he could fix a Gulfcrest jet's failing engine. A garage mechanic thinks he understands aerospace? Claire scoffed. That's a $15 million Pratt & Whitney engine, not a family sedan. Her gaze lingered on his worn coveralls, like they offended her. What she didn't see was the man beneath them. A man who had once been one of the brightest minds in propulsion engineering. At 38, Noah had traded patents and press for after-school pickups. 5 years ago, he walked away from a prestigious career to raise his daughter, Mia, after losing his wife unexpectedly. Westridge, a small town with a quiet pace and affordable living, had given them a fresh start. Every day began early in their small apartment above a diner. Lunches packed, homework checked, and Mia dropped off before Noah headed to Miller's garage. No one there knew the depths of his expertise. They only knew he could fix anything. Their nights were filled with math help, stories from school, and quiet dinners. The living room was lined with Mia's awards. His own achievements, degrees, photos, medals, were locked away in a box under his bed. Noah never needed praise. What he needed was time with Mia. And if that meant swallowing Claire Whitmore's arrogance to keep her plane from grounding, so be it. Claire Whitmore didn't get rattled. At 42, she had turned her late father's failing air charter company into Whitmore Aviation, an elite name in private aviation. With an MIT degree, a Harvard MBA, and a schedule sharper than any jet blade, Claire ran her empire with precision. Her life was airtight, controlled. But when her operations director burst in during a stormy Friday afternoon, even she felt a ripple of unease. The Sullivan party's jet is grounded in Westridge. Engine failure. Our certified team stuck in Boston. Weather's grounded all flights. Claire's heart clenched. The Sullivan party wasn't just high profile. It included billionaire tech mogul Grant Sullivan, who was about to finalize a massive expansion deal. If this failed, Whitmore Aviation's future was at stake. "Prep the rover," she said. "I'll go myself." 90 minutes later, soaked in rain and pressure, Claire arrived at the Westridge hangar. The Gulfcrest jet was surrounded by Sullivan's security. His furious pacing said enough. He was already shopping for competitors. Inside the hangar, local technicians looked overwhelmed. Claire barely acknowledged them as she scanned for the equipment she'd requested. Instead, she saw a familiar face. Him. Noah Reed, the local mechanic who once fixed her Porsche. Now staring into her jet's engine like he owned it. "What is he doing here?" She snapped. "He's got a gift with engines," someone muttered. "This isn't a carburetor," Claire hissed. "Get him away before he breaks something." But Noah calmly replied, "The problem's not mechanical. It's in the fuel system software." Claire blinked. Claire's fingers flew across her tablet, running diagnostics on the jet. Her eyes widened when the results matched Noah's claim exactly. A glitch in the updated fuel management software was forcing the system into safety shutdown. Still, her pride fought the truth. "Lucky guess," she muttered, but time was against her. Grant Sullivan stormed in, cold and impatient. "You have 47 minutes, he barked, "or I move my business elsewhere." Claire's mind raced. Protocol said wait. Reality said act. She turned to Noah. "You said you can fix it?" she asked, voice tight. "Yes, 20 minutes, maybe less." With no better option, she gave him access, watching every move. He connected an industrial-grade tablet, not something a typical garage mechanic would own, and began reprogramming the aircraft with fluid, confident motions. Claire observed with silent awe as Noah navigated advanced aerospace protocols, the kind most certified engineers hesitated to touch. When a security block popped up, he simply asked, "Authorization?" She hesitated, then keyed in her override. Minutes later, the engine purred back to life. Sullivan's pilot ran checks. "All systems green," he said, stunned. Sullivan nodded. "Acceptable response, Whitmore. We'll talk Monday." Claire exhaled deeply. Crisis averted. But as Noah quietly packed his tools and walked away without waiting for thanks, something tugged at her. Later, in the break room, she found him washing grease from his hands. As he rolled his sleeve, a tattoo peeked out. Complex geometric lines. Not art, an engineering schematic. She froze. She recognized it instantly. Claire stepped forward, voice sharper than intended. "That tattoo. It's the PW1000G schematic, the unreleased military-grade version." Noah tensed, pulling his sleeve down. "Just a reminder of another life." She stared at him. Only 15 engineers had access to that design. 16, he corrected quietly. "I led that team." The truth hit her like a storm. Noah Bennett was Dr. Jonathan Bennett, the propulsion prodigy who vanished from the aerospace world 5 years ago. She had once studied his papers. Claire's voice faltered. "You disappeared. People thought it was espionage or burnout." "My wife died," he said, simple and firm. "Aneurysm. No warning. One day she was helping our daughter with homework. The next, I was planning a funeral and becoming a full-time father." He spoke of Lily, 7 at the time, how he sold their Virginia home, cashed out patents, and moved somewhere quiet. "She needed presence, so I left everything else behind." Claire found herself speechless. He hadn't disappeared out of weakness, he had chosen a different kind of strength. While she had built empires chasing legacy, he had given his up for love. Later, in a quiet airport cafe, she looked him up. MIT at 22, defense contracts, multiple patents, all confirmed. She closed the tab, haunted not by what she discovered, but by what it revealed about herself. Noah had peace, something Claire, with all her accolades, had never known. And when she saw him later, laughing softly with Lily over hot chocolates, she finally understood what it meant to choose life over legacy. 3 weeks later, Morgan Air's flagship jet faced another technical crisis, this time involving Noah's earlier modifications. With the official engineer overseas, Claire didn't hesitate. She drove straight to Miller's Auto. Noah emerged from under a car, wiping his hands. "Another Porsche issue?" "No," she said. "A jet, and I need your help." She laid it out. Test flight grounded, military demo in 24 hours, and only he had the clearance and knowledge to fix it. He hesitated. "I have responsibilities." "Lily's school." "She's welcome in the lounge," Claire said quickly, "and triple your normal rate." "You research my rate?" "I research everything," she replied, almost smiling. Noah agreed. Together in the hangar, Claire traded her blazer for coveralls. They worked side by side, syncing like clockwork. It wasn't just his brilliance, it was how he listened, respected her ideas, trusted her mind. After hours of calibration, Claire insisted on driving him home. Inside his modest apartment, surrounded by Lily's science projects and Emma's photo, Claire saw a life built not on glory, but meaning. "She reminds me of you," she said, nodding to Lily's engine model. "She wants to build better futures," he replied softly. That night, their connection deepened. It wasn't romantic yet, but it was real. Days later, she mailed him a letter. "Your expertise was invaluable. We'd be honored to consult with your terms." His response came in a sketch signed by Lily, an alternate fuel valve system. Claire smiled. Maybe the future wasn't about chasing altitude, but building something that could truly last.